I could dictate what's happening in this day in my life video. I thought I'd talk about something that actually matters to me. In life, I've gone through just feeling like I'm good, I'm great, but not good enough, not enough to be the best. I feel like, I have some, but I'm not something. I constantly cut myself short right at the last moment. But then, like, to fully understand, like, you would have to look back and think, a personality this bold doesn't come without a lot of suffering and pain. I've learned to really thrive in that suffering and in that battle of the ascent back to the top. And that comes from where I started. And I don't really know what I'll do if I ever succeed. So I feel like my subconscious sometimes intentionally sabotages all the work that I do on myself and in my job, creative pursuits, constantly challenge. I want to get out of my own way and go into the unknown of what actualization of your dreams and realizing that you have achieved them and you are good enough to be a success. And that you don't have to worry about what comes after or what comes next. Just because you know this path doesn't mean it's the right one. Most of my challenges come from me trying to hide my perceived imperfections because I want to control the narrative, people to know what I want them to know and see what I want them to see because I fear that my success depends on that perception. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I have a choice in the matter, and whenever I'm conscious, I certainly try to be authentic, but I think we're all can get in the habit of hiding those ugly parts of ourselves or those parts of ourselves that we don't want the world to see. And I think a lot of that has to feed into our anxiety, our depression, our isms, and the things that are wrong with us. Or I guess the things that I struggle with. I'm not perfect, but sometimes I pretend to be. And I think everyone can see right through that. I'm sure you could imagine after 35 plus years of this mentality and this way of thinking, there's a lot of unpacking to do and a lot of truths to be said. So I'm just going to take a moment and introduce myself. My name is John David. I answered to John, David, JD, Johnny, Bubba, Little John, Faggot, Hope, Queen, Bitch. I mean, I'll answer to anything as long as you're calling me. I love people. I love making them happy. And I think that comes from trying to fix myself in an attempt to kind of change my surroundings. I was thinking back to the fox from Mr. Fix It. I was just running around town, always trying to fix everybody's problems. What I'm starting to realize is that I never saw an episode what happened when Mr. Fix It had an issue. I've been in 2 serious relationships and in love 3 times. That's complicated. Successfully fought addiction for over 4 years now, holistically and pharmaceutically fighting the battle for mental health. And as the sun rises today, I'm celebrating 2 years of being undetectable. And that feels good.